Yo, what's cracking? Hey, we back in here. I'm back in here. I had the damn, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I had that damn Wuhan flu. What Trump call it? Wuhan flu. Man,
Wuhan flu.
had me down bad. Tried to get on last week. Wuhan said, sit your ass there. It's crazy. I'm good now. I'm good.
Me and Royal held it down for you.
They held it. Oh, my people hold it down. So it was no worry at all. All right. So what's good with you? Your guy, Tyrone, aka Mr. Chocolate. Don't be afraid to say the
Wuhan survivor.
Wuhan survivor. Survivor of many things. Back at you. All right. I got the big homie, Black Pearl. What's going on, madam?
Hey guys.
All right. And I got a doctor. I said the doctor is in the house. Dr. Roy Ray, what's happening, madam?
I can't call it.
Hey, Roy, I thought about you. I saw, all these I'm so-and-so, of course. I saw the one with albinism. I think did you post it first?
I did post one.
Oh, you posted. Yeah, I seen like two of them now.
Posted it.
Yeah. And I did when you said that of course everybody thinks everybody looks alike. And then I said, well, damn though. Everybody I met when I first met her was a family member, so they did kind of look alike.
You're right.
I was like,
oh,
yes.
But other people I said, you know what? Damn, that lady don't look like Dr. Roy Rain, so that is a falsehood.
It is a whole lot of falsehoods. So
yeah. And we got, man, this guy, man, I don't know where he been. He said he'd been off making money, going on adventures, fighting tigers and shit, probably. Yeah, but we got Balo's back in the house. What's going on with your brother?
Ain't nothing changed with the weather, man. Getting a little warmer, man. Get my fishing stuff together so I can come down to North Kakalaki and put these hands on. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Boy, come on down. Let me know. Hey,
you've been talking real crazy about your fishing skills. I'm about to call you out, but real, it's been. Hey, I miss you all. I'm looking forward to getting back on the grind.
Okay. So, man, it's hey man, Black History Month's about over with, man. It's been. I feel like this has been a very quiet Black History Month. You know,
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
It ain't been too much, man. Biggest thing happened is the Air Trumps came out and people were, kind of going crazy about that one. Nothing real big. I think we kind of blew all our energy on the Alabama joint when everybody was hitting the white folks with the chairs. We like wasted the energy early, and we just it's been from there. Where do you go from there? Like a little mini revolution on the water, just pow, bitch, what you doing? We ain't done nothing like that since. So I don't know. Maybe I think that's what it is. I'm waiting for my new favorite is Juneteenth. That's my new kind of. I think we didn't.
So you think all of Black History Month went to Juneteenth?
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. I mean, you get a whole day off now in certain companies.
Yeah,
my company give me a whole day off.
Yeah. So
okay.
So
shout out to community health systems.
I think Black History Month was kind of like, been there, done that. But Juneteenth is kind of like a newer vibe, because a lot of people wasn't on it for a while. It's been like in the last few years, it's been really popping. And then it's the summertime. Black History Month is the cold month. It's kind of like the chitlin of giving somebody a month. They said, we give you the shortest, coldest month.
Well, Black History Month also has President's Day. And depending where you live, you have winter break and Valentine. So we're just kind of trying to fit in where we could get in.
Right.
But Juneteenth is like,
sense.
I love my Black brothers and fathers. It's just Father's Day.
Yeah,
Black History Month, February is like the We Shall Overcome movement. Juneteenth is like back that ass up.
That's
yeah. Facts.
It's a little warm outside. The grills are going. You know what it is.
That's
But it's
right.
you really get to celebrate doing June 19th because once again the weather allows you to do so.
I agree.
You ain't cooking. Ain't too many days in February you're gonna fire that grill up. Although we had some unseasonably warm weather this year, so
yeah.
Listen, when we get together, got to be some food and drinks.
Got to.
be.
You
So
know,
what's our topic today? Because it lined up real close to this.
Yeah, so we was kind of hitting some little bit of politics. We was talking about picking your poison. You got this presidential race coming up. Like I said, the air Trumps came out, and then old buddy was like, hey, this is going to really help with the blacks because they love their sneakers. And
wasn't it Fox News?
Yeah, of course.
That said Trump really understands the black culture, and he's going to line up with the black culture with these sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was an insult. Just letting you know.
I mean,
no. Don't think
it wasn't the truth. I just said it was an insult.
I don't think it was an insult. I'm 100% that was an insult. That was a backhanded compliment. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, but you know what? So at first I heard it and I was like, "Yo, what?" But then I remember I was at the barbershop. Now I remember this moment. It came back to me. I was at the barbershop and and so guys were talking. And somehow Trump popped up. Oh, one of his mug shots or something popped up on the TV. And to my chagrin, it was about 4 or 5 dudes were like, yo, look at Big T up there. They gave him a little rap name and was like treating him like he was Young Thug or somebody. Oh, look at him. Hey, he be getting locked. And I was like, what? And so and then I thought, when the sneakers came out, I was like, because, people be talking about, because I look at politics, I don't get very emotional. I'm not like Trump's my daddy, Biden's my daddy, don't talk about him. That's weird shit to me. I look at it like a wrestling match. Like, oh, shit, look at that strategy. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. I think Trump kind of has he's smart. He's pretty smart politically, I believe.
Yeah.
Because look, he came out. First time he came out, he said, yo, I'm going to get the rednecks. I'm going to get them to love me. He's going to be like, yo, hey, he pointed to a scapegoat. Hey, look at those Mexicans messing everything up for you guys. Oh, look at them. You can't be yourself anymore. Politically correct. You can't do that. Smart. And then people who otherwise would be like, hey, you rich Yankee. Nah, all of a sudden they like, yeah, music, man, he's gonna bring it back.
He ain't that rich.
And so now he's got those people. You cannot say anything bad about Trump. You cannot, it's nothing he can do wrong. He's got him in the bag. So now he's like, hey, let me take a page out of some of these old school Democrats. Let me get some black folks here. You know what I'm saying? Get some sneakers. You know what I'm saying? And first time, he had the black church. He had some black people, he siphoned a little bit of black people off here. Hey, I think they tap into that red pill area to get a little right-wing action from the red pill people. And a lot of those people, they kind of, I think they kind of targeting the black men more than the black women. Black women be more kind of staunch against that. But I don't know. I think it's, he's kind of got a little strategy to him. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work. But
so you don't feel his strategy tells us what he really thinks of us as a people?
I don't think he cares.
Like I said,
but we're hyped up, we're distracted, and I think that's what happens every election year.
Who's like
the black people?
I don't know. Hype? I want to say hype.
Like, describe what you mean. Elaborate, please.
When I say hyped off of the things that distract us, sneakers, cultural things that are fleeing, they're not. They're very superficial.
Yeah, I know you Trump 2024 hope.
Yeah, I saw that too.
No surprise there, and it's all good. It's all love,
But I mean, okay, let me.
grab it, pulling us in through superficial things.
Yeah, but that's.
Go ahead.
No, that's what I'm asking. I guess my actual question is, who has gone out and purchased these sneakers? Who wants these sneakers?
Purchase them. It is distracting us. We as a people often get distracted by who is the glitter and gold or the glitter and shimmer of things. That's what I'm saying. Like, we are treated as people who are easily distracted by momentary, very fleeting things. And so that is my concern, that we become distracted by those momentary, superficial things like a pair of sneakers, is what I'm saying.
Ow. Okay. All right. Oh, Facebook user Trump preys on the weak mind, and if you weak-minded,
and that's where I'm going with this. Like, so I would agree, because at least in my opinion, when I saw the footage about the sneakers, when I saw the footage period of his conversation in South Carolina,
Jesus. Sorry.
One thing that I took away from him when I was watching the clips, because I didn't watch none of it, I seen clips. So when I saw the one clip, and he was saying that the blacks are making T-shirts and selling them for $20.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and if you didn't catch this, you need to go back and watch it. He giggled. He did a little smirk, and he giggled, which let me know that he finds people of color, specifically African American people, very comical to him.
Absolutely.
Very beneath him. Yeah, but very beneath him, because y'all are out here selling and trying to make $20 when he's making money over top of money. And that's where to me, that's where that dialogue was coming from. Then
Hulk spam. Hey, yo, Hulk. Hey, you want to talk about Trump, Hulk?
But then when we talk about the shoes, that's why I asked the question, who's out here buying his shoes? Who cares about his mug shots? Because in actuality, majority of African American people, we are not proud of any of our people who have been incarcerated. We are not proud of the fact that we have a very large population of our people in prison or in the judicial system.
And it's not overlooked the way Trump's was overlooked at all.
That may be.
I don't know. You do see there's a certain population of us that do glorify that
okay,
stuff.
But here's the thing. Those that do glorify, the majority of us do not. And that's where I'm going with this. So
yeah, that's overall hype anyway, because
who
he's talk about black people being locked up, it's only it's less than 1% of black people that are even in the criminal.
Yeah, but I guess maybe my biggest thing is, do we become so disgusted or turned off by what's happening that we choose to not vote at all? Because
the people that he's appointed don't vote. He's not distracting intellectual middle class individuals. And I'm not trying to be funny. I know somebody gonna get real pissed off at me right about now, but the majority of our lower income families probably don't vote. And I'm making an assumption. If anybody got some facts, some stats out there, please chime in, because I'm not trying. I know that came across real ugly. I know it did. And that's not my intention. I'm making a very general statement that I probably should not be making. But these individuals who are glorifying going to prison, going to jail, and thinking that's it, do they really go vote? Does it really even matter? When we talk about Black History Month, viewer said a few minutes ago, we don't know enough about Black history because we have become so disconnected from our own history that we have become blinded. But those of us that are still connected and still plugged into reality, we know what's up. Ain't nobody, he ain't fooling nobody. When he ain't fooling wise people, that's my 10 cents.
Now, on the other side of it, though, like we said, pick poison. Oh, there's another dose of poison out there. Your ass ain't Black. You ain't Black. And remember, you know what I'm saying, the crime bill. One of the authors of the crime bill. And everybody talks about it being so discriminatory and terrible. Hey, he wrote that thing. Your man Joe Biden now. There's another dose now. You know, so what's the other side here? Because there's two poisons out here. You know, you hear people talk about that, like, people say that Biden is really that he's really racist too. He's never really cared either, and all of that. So what's the deal with that?
In my opinion, and I'm gonna stick to that. That's my disclaimer. In my opinion, if you don't pick a poison, then you're choosing a poison. You're still picking. It's just like if you don't verbally respond yes or no to a request, you're actually still responding. Nonverbal is still spoken language. And I think for me, that's where the damage comes into play. Nobody, even when President Obama was in office, people weren't happy then, Black or white or indifferent, right? So where I'm going with this is choose which poison you feel like will not literally kill you.
Okay.
Because that's where we are. We are at a state of potential homicide right now. We are in a social homicide right now. But
what do you mean? Elaborate on that. What do you mean social homicide?
So we saw when our former president was in office, a significant amount of social injustice, judicial injustice taking place. And it's because of the fact of those that he was able, because of him being in office, to put into set positions in order for things to run a certain way. So in order to eradicate that,
Kanye West. Damn.
So in order to eradicate
with
that,
the black mask on, or without the black mask?
We have to go back in and revisit our own history. And again, choose which poison is not going to kill you. Because I give you my good word. If the previous president comes back in, we ain't seen nothing. If people thought that during that term that he had was something, and people showing their true colors, all this is a big joke. And unfortunately, unless we're going to leave this country, which we're not, if we're going to leave this, no, we ain't going nowhere, because the reality is people in other countries don't even like Americans because we are so privileged. Black, white, or indifferent. They don't like us in other countries either. Please believe it. Now, we can come over and visit and give them all our money. And I hear myself because I'm getting upset because I hear my accent popping out. So I'm going to be quiet in a moment. But what I'm saying is, and I'm saying I'm upset, I'm passionate right now. Let me clarify, because I ain't. But what I'm saying is that if we go to these countries and spend our money, they're cool with American money. But as far as us becoming citizens and actually living over there, they don't want us over there. So yeah, but as far as here is concerned, here in the U.S., we ain't seen nothing yet. So
I have some numbers for you, Royal. I took your place today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We got numbers. I like numbers because numbers are not
lie.
All right, so break down the number. What numbers do we have here? What numbers do we have?
All right, so you were talking about like the differences in number. Yeah. Well, this one is more about educational attainment because that's how they broke it down.
Okay, sweetheart.
So We have 11% of Black eligible voters that have less than a high school education that vote. But 9% overall in the US. So 11% Black eligible voters and 9% overall adults. We have 32% Black eligible voters with high school diplomas that actually, vote, where 27 overall US adults vote. Then 2-year degrees or some college, we have 34% Black and 30% overall US. Bachelor's degree, 14%. 21 overall, and then people with postgraduate or master's, only 9% vote, where overall in the United States 13. The highest percentage, so I don't break everything down, of voters go between the ages of 30 and 49 for Black people, so that's 35% of Black votes, and 32% overall in the US, and that is 47% of men vote, Black men vote, and 53% of Black women vote, in comparison to overall in the United States, 49% of men vote and 51% of women vote. And that is as of 2022. Words weren't coming out of my mouth.
Oh, thank you.
So
thank you. Mm-hmm. So we were talking about middle-aged people, and that's, I guess that's middle age. You say 30
to 49.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the highest voting bracket.
Correct.
I'm kind of surprised that the higher educated people are actually the smallest account.
No, you know why?
Why? They're too smart for the bullshit.
But again, this is what I'm just speaking to, because if you don't vote, you are voting. Mm-hmm. If you don't pick a poison, you are voting. Like, that's the reality of it.
Well, it's like what they say, silence is acceptance.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's my thought. And Belo over there in great deep thought. Mm-hmm. He is brewing. He got so much.
He's like, you know how you put the tea kettle on top of the thing, waiting for
it is steaming.
What's up, Belo?
Man, listen, I'm listening to the entire conversation between you two, and it's intriguing. Doc, I really enjoy your passion. I definitely see where you're coming from. This country is broken. It's been broken for over 400 years because it was built on bad standards. Let's be honest. When you build something on with a weak foundation, and then you put in a bunch of lies, eventually it's going to deteriorate and fall down. The other problem is, and it's not a problem. And first of all, I'm going to tell you like this right here. Trump played the game. He played it well. He's seen a demographic of people that, especially since President Obama was coming out of office, he's seen a demographic of people that seem to be segmented away from the rest of the United States. They mean a lower white class personnel, and they felt like they didn't have a voice. Trump said, "You know what? Guess what? I'm gonna pick that group of people, and I'm gonna champion those individuals, and I'm gonna get that vote. And on the way, I'm gonna cherry pick from each other demographic." He didn't just cherry pick from the white side. He went Black. He went Asian. He went Latino. He hit from all angles, and he cherry picked a select group of individuals, and he won. He beat Hillary Clinton. Congratulations! I ain't mad at him for it. That's the American dream. Where you lost me at is the dude lied like we ain't got Google. He lied like we can't go look this stuff up. And then he did the smartest thing. He turned his lie and our ability to look it up. He gave a simple statement: "It's fake news." Mm-hmm. And when he said it's fake news, and it caught on, his base ran with it like, "Yo, I ain't gonna believe none of that stuff they got to say now, because it's fake news. It has nothing." Yeah. He said, "Man, it wasn't no Holocaust, man. Don't worry about it, man. Didn't that mean the Jews died, man? They still digging up skeletons in Germany." But he told his base, that's fake news. He told his base, "Look, hey, listen here. I'm gonna break it down to you. Putin ain't done nothing wrong. Look, they not hacking our systems or nothing. Forget what the CIA got to say. Forget what the FBI got to say. So forget what NATO, forget what anybody else got to say. Me and Putin had a talk. That's my dog. I believe him over everybody else.
Yeah, there's been a big shift too, because back in the day, Republicans were like real big on like anti-Russia, pro-USA, and now Republicans are like, they're like,
it gets even better though, because now if you're a Republican, you're either on two different sides. Either you're a MAGA Republican or a Rhino, and then those who are Rhino, they are getting scores. Only thing that hurts MAGA Republicans is when they lose, and they lose in the public in the public eye. Like a prime example, the young lady out of Wisconsin is dealing with a lot of legal stuff right now with family issues. She's gonna lose her election this year. When she loses, Trump will disown her.
Oh no, he don't like losers. You can't be a loser.
When she loses, Lauren Boebert, I believe is the name.
Oh, she's in Colorado.
Yeah, when she loses,
Bobo,
Trump will disown her. And at that point in time, she's persona non grata. After that, like no one's gonna want to work with her because now Trump has labeled her a loser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's one thing he changed about politics. Modern politics is now like the truth don't matter. Like whatever happens, just deny that shit. Whatever you say, just keep saying it. Because before, like stuff would happen and people are like, it'll mess them up politically, but now. It's like, hey, whatever happens, just stand on it. What you get indicted?
So I give you another example of Trump and how he operates. 2019, there was a news article published about Russia having they had bounties out on special operations soldiers, special forces soldiers.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Trump knew about it. He knew all about it, but said, "Don't worry about it. It ain't got nothing to do with us." Mm-hmm. Well, that kind of rubbed leadership in SOCOM the wrong way, but they squashed it. You don't hear much about that now.
So if you're not in that circle, me and you was in SF group, but they had bounties out on our special ops guys, and he didn't care. Like,
so are we saying that Trump is the biggest problem?
No.
Really focused.
No.
I'm playing a little devil's advocate here because
we are very focused. He pimped the game.
We are very focused on Trump, and there's multiple people there. So are we hyping him up, or
he's not the biggest problem?
Okay. Nah,
the biggest problem.
Tell me what you think.
The biggest problem to me is, hell, listen, it ain't Trump. It's the people that's pushing it. It's the people that keep pushing that narrative. The puppet masters that we operate on all operate on a news organization. That's how you drive your mission. That's how you get it out there. They're the puppet masters. So if CNN all of a sudden at the last minute sign they want to change their approach and say we want to go straight Republicans. You think Fox gonna stay Republican? No, they got to be on one side of the aisle or the other.
I think that we get so focused on the person, on the face, how you have like 8 or 9 different maple syrups on the shelf in the grocery store. It's maple syrup, right? And we're so focused.
Keep it moving.
Yeah. So we're so focused on Trump or Biden or whoever. At the end of the day, how much control do they really have?
That's my thing about presidency.
That's what you're talking about. Go ahead, Ben.
Is people who think the president is their daddy, and and whoever, and I'm picking a daddy for 4 years.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So it's like I look at people and they're. And it's both sides do it. Like, and I don't like either side when they do it. The whole hyperbole of like, oh my God, if you vote for that Republican, you're going to be a slave again. They're going to take your shoes and be barefoot in a little log cabin. You're going to be a freaking slave. You vote for them, and it's not the case. Or it'll be like, yo, It's like now with Biden. Like I got some of my y'all when you be in military long, you can run across some little MAGA friends and stuff. They be like, "Oh my God, everything is terrible." As I drive in my brand new truck that's sparkling rims and big giant house and
I'm glad you brought up the military.
I'm making. And they'll tell you the apocalypse is happening. Like yo, oh my God, there's no $1 gas. Yeah, dumbass, there's no damn pandemic either, where half the world is not going anywhere. People just don't understand how the world works, so they pick a candidate to be their daddy, and you can't say anything bad about them. Now I will say, Biden, people vote for Biden, they can talk bad about Biden because it's easy. Everybody does it. So, the more your Trump supporters are kind of like, he can do no wrong no matter what. It's just, everything, whatever's bad is fake. It's just, it's so irrational that it's scary. That's the only thing that makes me a little bit nervous about it, because that slope kind of leads to some crazy stuff happening, and we're not as far away from chaos as we think in America. We think
I don't think we're far away at all. Like, that's why I'm coming to y'all with the way I'm coming. Like, this is so serious to me. Because it impacts not only us, but our future generations. So, and I used to tell my kids years ago, my students, let me rephrase that. You have to understand how the law and how our government literally operates, because at any time, our ability to vote as a people of color can be revoked. It has to be recertified every so many freaking years. People forget this. Like, go back and look. Like, no, I'm like,
it's true.
I'm being serious right now. Yeah. And like, we sit around and hee ha ha make joke about Trump 2024, and I'm not. What I'm saying is,
ma'am, that man really means that. He's
no, but what I'm saying is, no, but seriously, there are people out there that are like, yes, Trump 2024, like, you know what I mean? No, because it is, and you said it earlier, you guys said it earlier, it's not the actual person in that sense, but who is in that presidency when they begin to bring in their cabinet, if you will. Mm-hmm. And this is what I was just speaking to earlier.
Ooh, that's when
you start bringing in your folks, that's when change happens, whether it's for the good or for the quote unquote bad. Mm-hmm. And it depends on the population or the target that you're trying to hit. So that is why I said what I said earlier. When our former president was president, he brought in his own people. He brought in those justices. He brought in, well, I say brought in, but appointed these individuals to have these positions.
Have consequences. Yeah.
And exactly. And we gotta be real. And that's what I'm saying. I don't care who you choose, but just be aware that at the end of the day, you are picking a poison. Even if you choose not to vote, you are picking a poison. So
yeah. But some people, I think too, with Trump, like I like to talk to people, and then when I talk to them, I try to like listen to them. So there's some that I find there's several types of Trump people. Because these are some of my, I know some of these people. Mm-hmm. There's some people who are just, he's the non-Republican nominee. My family votes Republican. That's what we do, and that's what we're always going to do. And I don't know anything about this shit. That's just what I'm going to do. And that Democrats the same way, especially a lot of black people are like that too.
Like following blindly.
But then the other Trump people, you talk to who just have certain interests. Like people vote interest. People wanted to get rid of abortion. They've hated abortion for years. They be out there with little dead baby dolls with blood all over them in front of abortion clinics, and they've been plotting for a long time. And they've been plotting, and nobody pays attention. And Trump came in, and Trump was like, "Yo, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get rid of it." And damn, he did it.
And they had a lot of Christians that said Trump was the closest to their Christian beliefs.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the thing about politics. Politics is about what you're going to do for people, and some people realize I don't really give a damn about if the guy's a Christian. I know he's going to get rid of abortion, and that's my interest, so I'm gonna vote for him. And when you cry about him screwing a porn star and woo, they don't care. They know that. They know what he is. They know that that's what he's going to do for them. And so that's how you should vote for the people who are going to do what you want to do. The people, the really xenophobic people, were like, oh, building a wall, keeping Mexicans out, or Hispanics, and xenophobic people call all Hispanic people Mexicans. If you're from the country, you know that. So you're gonna keep them out. That's my guy. They have a reason. It's not really irrational. It's their interest.
But wouldn't that go with
the country has different interests?
Wouldn't that go with this comment right here?
What drives that thought process? What makes you think that a Mexican is a significant threat to you? That a so-called illegal. Something has to trigger that. Something has to drive that train of thought to make you think that. It has to be something. Somebody puts that thought in your mind to make you think that this demographic of people is a threat. And what they do is they feed off fear. They will tell you this illegal immigrant is coming to the country to take your job, to rape your wife, to steal. And 99% of them are coming to the United States simply for a better way of life. Now, there's a process to get that. There's a process you need to go through the immigration process. I'll tell you like this. I do not like the open border policy that we've had for years. It's been 40 years in the making. This didn't just happen. This is over 40 years in the making. We have put band-aids on it, and for 4 decades now. No, putting a wall up.
I want to make sure you don't know that. They're going to make you feel.
But see, that's the difference between being an educated voter and an uneducated voter.
It's not a lot of them.
I look at but everybody's not in this. Actually, an educated voter are a small demographic of people.
Very
and
small.
We're very small. And Black Pearl put the numbers out. Educated voters seem not to want to vote, typically because we don't want to deal with the BS, and we don't like neither candidate. What are we getting ready to go through right now in 2024? Between the two guys running, the two front runners, they are 160 years. One to be what? Biden be 82 or 81. Trump was 78. Come on now. We are. They do not reflect the major population of the United States. But yet still, these are the two people that no matter which one wins, they're gonna represent us as being the face of the United States. Yeah. Two old ass white dudes. And I ain't excuse me.
Nothing new here.
Nothing.
two old ass white dudes are gonna represent us, and both of them with old archaic ways of thinking. Yeah, Trump, he's louder. But that ain't like he makes sense.
Well, he's just more in his face. He ain't saying nothing.
Biden old and senile. He can't remember half the stuff that's got going on. But we did this to ourselves. We did this to ourselves.
We look crazy.
So
the country looks crazy. It's the best.
America. Listen, I love America. I've been on every continent except Antarctica, and with no plans to go to Antarctica. I've seen this world for what it is. Majority of the world hate Americans. The majority of the world really hate Black Americans. Want to know why? Because we're privileged. Yep. We are high and mighty, and Black Americans can go to England and be like, man, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. You get the poupon smacked out of you.
And we'll
poupon and will. Yeah.
And will. But that's
I disagree a little bit on that. As a person who traveled a little bit too, it's been a little while though. I'm about to refresh my traveling though. But I think the world hates the loud, arrogant Americans. If you go to a country and you're humble and you're cool, people tend to treat you different. But Americans tend to come to countries and be like, "Oh, this ain't like America. Y'all ain't." And nobody likes that shit. That's now when that. Anywhere I've been humble and just kind of approach the population humble and be like, yeah, what y'all got going on? Cool. You know what I'm saying? It's a different vibe. Well, you come to America with that, you know, because we have that, you know, a lot of people have that, oh no, this isn't like America.
So,
And people be like, no shit, you can go back, bro. What are you talking about? Like, so that's a little bit, I mean, that's my opinion on that. Like,
Yeah.
when you go
No,
like
I hear this conversation.
Go ahead,
I hear this conversation a lot about, especially amongst our coaches, you know, going back to Africa. I've been to Africa probably 8 or 9 times. A lot of it in my military, well, all of it in my military career. And I remember going to Lagos, Nigeria, and I was, you know, assigned. I was assigned to another OGA, other government agency. When I say OGA, and I remember, you know, we would, you know, to get around town when we weren't driving our assigned vehicles. No, we would get taxis and whatnot, right? And I remember, you know, I'm riding in a taxi and I'm with another guy, another black guy, and the taxi driver didn't say a word to us at all. I mean, so we gave him a tip, and I finally just asked him, you know, what's the deal? He said, "You're not from here. You're not an African American. You're just an American. Quit saying African American. You're just an American."
And we've had that discussion on the show. I've said that many times.
And they said, "We don't want you here." So I'm looking at him like, "You mad at me for what?" I said, "Brother, listen here.
You should have felt that home. Because they don't like your ass here either."
But I've said on the show before, even myself, how I was raised, we're told don't be like those regular Black Americans. Like we're raised that way. So there is a rejection there. Like I know Black Panther was just a movie, but there's truth to that. There's truth to that.
Black Panther resonated with us. It gave us something that was a little different than what we commonly see in the theaters. It gave us the what if scenario. What if we were never robbed from our homeland?
Yeah, but even though I was raised that way and I agree with that sentiment, I don't think I've ever went to anyone and be like, I'm better than you because I'm not a Black. I just never have done that. Like that's just something that I know for a fact that I've shared. But what I'm hearing you say is you personally feel rejected by.
Well, that was one interaction.
No.
But hold on. So real quick. So Facebook user said, "I'm an avid traveler and I've never met anyone who hated Black Americans. I've been welcomed to extend my stay in Africa, Asia, Central America, and South America. I've never encountered racism and discrimination like I have here in the U.S."
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
I can disagree because in the capacity of my previous employment, I was put in situations where it was a tad bit more hostile than you would get than just being
now we talk about military and stuff like that. No, people don't like that shit. Like if people feel like you military in another country, they don't like us in that capacity at all. Like, yeah, nobody likes that shit. But if you're like, say you came just out like I'm just regular Black dude, Balo, and you come and you like on some other shit, you might have a different interaction when you go places. Because I know as being, you know, former military and going places, you know, there are people who look at you like, why the hell you in my country? What are y'all up to? And we be up this shit too. So, you know, but you know, so there's a reason for that. That's different.
But I'll travel to other places in a non-military capacity. Case in point, Brazil. And Brazil, they look more like us in Brazil. You have some fair-skinned individuals in Brazil, but really they look more like us because that was where the first slave ships really dropped off at, to where the sugar canes there, right? Anyway, I digress. Even as a tourist, and it's different. I like Brazil. I was welcome, but there was a slight undertone, and maybe because I'm hyper vigilant, it was just a little different. But
I'm telling you, if you come there with that on your mind, it's going to kind of permeate. If you come there just with a whole different people like you see, I know lots of people go like to Africa and they be on some kind of more Pan-African type shit. Like I'm coming to see my people. And they get a whole different reaction than than what you would if you come like yo, they don't. I know they don't like us.
But I mean, I know the dark side of this world better than I know the good side, and it's based off previous employment. I know the dark side. I know what the worst people are. I have dealt with the worst of the worst, and when it comes to traveling, sometimes I talk myself out of traveling. Traveling abroad, because I know the dark side. I know what can happen when you go to some of these countries. Stuff that that doesn't get put into the news cycle because it's just a normal occurrence there, but it happens. But in hindsight, even worse shit happens here in the States.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not.
I think the worst attack on my blackness has been here in what we say is United States, where the unity is lackluster, and an illusion. We
never had unity.
Exactly. We unite. The whole thought of being these United States was built on uniting on hate. Period. We have not built a United States on peace. We've built a United States on hate, on discord, on division, on labels that continue to divide us, on a bully. Man, we unite to bully another country. We unite to enslave people. We unite, right? Like I said, the most attack on my blackness has been here in this country. Other countries, not the same. The problem that I have with that in relation to what we're doing is no matter where we pick, we're not united. There's going to be a repercussion that we are not ready to deal with, no matter which way we swing. Period.
One thing I can say is when you do go abroad to these other countries and you travel as a civilian, when you see people of different race, they don't say, "Well, I'm black, Chinese or black."
No, it's different. Yeah.
Just China. Yeah. Whereas, here in the United States, we like labels.
United States is more.
Those labels divide us. If you think about.
And then when you add like Black Pearl, my worst experience of racism was right here in the United States. And it didn't matter my rank. It didn't matter, my tax bracket. It only mattered that I was black and I was driving a nice car.
Absolutely. I have metaphorically been beat for entertainment here. And I see a lot of that happen to black people. Not physically, but metaphorically, like beat down to prove a point, which goes with labels, right? The labels here are atrocious. And as soon as we get past those labels, a new one is created for us. And I feel like that's what happens in these elections too. It doesn't matter who the person who is running.
Yeah.
There's a surprise behind the door for us.
But you know what? I'm gonna put a pin there because number one, that statement that was just up on that screen, that commenter.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Know the history of the United States, you should be terrified.
Absolutely.
This country as a black person.
And that segues into my comment, which is, does nobody think that it's interesting that we have a former president who has been indicted on numerous charges, including an insurrection, yet he's able to run for presidency again? Let me say that again, because see, I don't know if people understanding what I'm trying to tell y'all.
You can run if you get indicted.
No, baby, no, baby, no. If it had been anybody
but him,
if it had been anybody, black, white,
people who can't
Hispanic, I don't care what. This ain't even a racial thing. I don't care.
Change the landscape for itself.
If it had been,
he kind of earned that. He earned that by he made the truth irrelevant. Like nobody else has done that.
But do we not see this is my argument? Do we not see the problem that lies in that? Do we not see the problem of potentially this individual becoming president again? Make it make sense to me, because it's math, damn it, ain't mathing. It ain't mathing.
We have a very hands off.
For a quick second, I had a thought. The comment where it said you should be terrified in this country if you're a black person. So I understand where it's coming from, but me myself, I'm not terrified as a black person, honestly. To be honest with you guys, there's some shit that's messed up, you know, that you can run across. But I feel like there's an agenda to try to make us be like terrified and not do certain things.
No, the agenda is to divide us.
And
that's always been.
So me as a black person, I'm a black person that says kiss my black ass. I'm not gonna be scared. I'm gonna be in spaces where there's not a lot of black people.
Man, you think the same.
Ass, get used to it. I'm not gonna be scared. I'm not gonna be terrified. Whatever happens, happens. But so I always encourage black people, anybody, if you're in this country and your people have been in this country, you ain't got no business being terrified. Okay. Like I don't like the word terrified because that makes you terror makes you frozen.
Be concerned. Let me say the word. Be concerned.
Yeah, I hate the word
Black
terrified.
Pearl, dog. I know what Tyrone. I know what Mr. Chocolate does. Black Pearl. Do you? I take it you guys either work in corporate America or somewhere within that atmosphere.
I'm back in education, baby. I'm back in the trenches with my buddy.
You getting it worse than I. You getting it worse than me.
The worst.
Black Pearl, you're in corporate America, so you know how it is being black in corporate America, having to navigate that world. And sometimes you step outside of your comfort zone and do things that you don't naturally do. Like, case in point, I'm not a golfer, but I was invited to go. Didn't want to be a fool. I took classes, went out there, didn't make myself a fool, but not something I naturally do. And this was a couple of years ago. Now golf is kind of caught on amongst our culture. You see more black people doing it. But I say that to say this. Tyrone said it best. I go. Nothing's gonna keep me from going where I want to go to.
I'm gonna be there.
I'm gonna move. But everybody is not Tyrone and Balo.
Agree.
I understand that. If you see us in public, you ain't gonna run up on us too quick. It's first of all, it's a way we carry ourselves. Everybody ain't us. But also when we open our mouths, we sound different.
True.
We sound as if we speak of something that's either higher than your education for a majority of people we meet up with, or it meets the standard for which you say, okay, he cool. He a cool black guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a woman, I have women that work for me. I've had female soldiers. A black woman, you guys come in with 2.5 strikes, and y'all done foul the ball 10 times. I feel for you because in this world, no matter what, you're fourth.
Might be fifth.
White man, white woman, black man, black woman.
And I'm gonna be real with you. I think those pets come first. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm being serious.
I mean, but facts are facts. This world that we live in right now has got so many false narratives and so many misconceptions going on that we always overlook the obvious. The obvious is simple. We got two men running for office that are not fit. One physically and mentally is not fit. The one criminally, mentally, and probably some most stuff ain't fit.
But do they represent more of our country than we realize? Because no one has said, how can someone run the country when they are not the majority of the country that they're ruling? They're actually quite the minority. They are keeping alive the old thought processes and the old ways that we continue to fight to destroy. They actually keep it alive, and it is a reminder every time we come to election time.
So what
they're like what, maybe 2 generations off of owning slaves, maybe. Why are they the ones making this?
I think Biden might have owned a few.
That's old as hell.
That's what I'm saying. They're only 2 generations.
Boop, boop, 2.
But
1 generation away. He was born in 30.
My thing with it too is, you know, the presidency is what it is. But you can still be, you know, as far as like we're talking about black people and stuff, man. You can still be successful, man, because some people kind of just hang on this stuff, man. Like, what's going on? You can still be successful. Vote your interests. Find out what your interests are and vote that. Just like, you know, the Killer Mike comment earlier. Vote your interests. Find out what it is. Educate yourself on what you think. Some people don't know what they believe in voting. Like me, I have a few things. See, me, I'm all over the place politically. That's why I don't have a party per se, and why I'm cool with third party because I'm an avid Second Amendment guy. You know, I don't like too much tinkering with that, and I know some people get emotional about that, but that's what it is with me. You know, but with the social stuff, I'm not really anti-gay. I don't care about gay. You know, be gay as much as you want, be married. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. Some people it does. So some people they get hung up on that. Oh, the Democrats gonna make everybody gay. Hey, if you gay, you're gonna be gay. If you was gay before, you probably, you know, if your kids, if you got little gay kids at the house, they're gonna be gay. Like nobody's making them gay. Your kids were just gay, bro. And I'm sorry, your little boy was gay. He was gonna be gay anyway. He was gonna be in the closet, or he was gonna be out the closet. I'm sorry, bro. Like there's no politician making your kids gay. They just gay as hell. I'm sorry.
It's the way you saying it.
It's just true. No, people be like, but people literally act like, oh, the Democrats made my child gay. No, they were gay as hell.
Well, that's because we have a lack of accountability here too. We always looking for someone to blame instead of saying, look, it is what it is. Let's move on to what can make a difference. You're not changing anything by blaming. We're not changing anything by pointing to the candidates, right? Because we're so focused on the candidates, we're not looking at what they're bringing to the table. Like how some people are trying to make pedophilia a religion. Are we paying attention to what candidate supports that? Because one of our candidates supports that. Is that something you want? You know what I mean? Like it has to be. Who wants
to make pedophilia a religion?
We are not getting there.
Oh, they've been trying to do that.
Yeah,
are they trying to make it legal?
Yeah.
Yeah. As a religion.
Who were the people making pedophilia legal? Making it okay for adults to have sex with kids? Who is it?
Well, that's not how they're called. They're not saying that it's okay to have sex with kids. Of course, it's worded differently, but yeah. So the last time I saw it was under the Biden campaign.
So they're not making it okay to have sex with kids.
I said they're not advertising it as it's okay to have sex with kids, but they're definitely trying to make pedophilia a religion.
It's the same person got R. Kelly sex video on repeat.
When I hear these things, I like to hear detail. I never hear like details. It's always ends up being kind of vague, and that's something like
the last time I read it, it was under the some of the people in Biden's cabinet. Yes,
but the cabinet doesn't make stuff legal. Like I just don't understand.
The person you're referring to is no longer part of the cabinet.
Okay.
He made some statements in 2022 that got him those same statements got him 86, and then he got arrested by the FBI.
Okay,
the point that I'm making is we're so focused on the people.
That's the thing. So
you need to be focused on what they represent. That's my point that I'm making.
A person in the cabinet said some crazy shit and got fired, but that doesn't making pedophilia legal. That's why I'm trying to connect the two.
It's still something that's in the process that they're trying to make happen.
I believe there was a bill, and it wasn't a federal bill. It was a state bill. I want to say it was in Alabama, as a matter of fact.
That would be.
No.
I'm sorry, Alabama. I shouldn't say that.
So. On the bill was legal incest, and they were trying to get that removed.
Bro.
They were trying to get that removed, and the other with incest, what they were talking about is, pedophilia, father on daughter or whatever it is. And the member in Biden's cabinet said, "Hey, if you don't know, then it shouldn't be a crime. But loving," he simply said, "loving a younger person in a different way shouldn't be a crime." And literally, they gave that what's that dude? What's that rapper that was on the Breakfast Club that did his head and looked back like this? They all did that. Like, really?
So they fired him.
He was gone next week.
Okay,
no longer needed.
That's I mean the narrative was off for me. So it was a state thing in Alabama, and he commented on it, and they fired him.
To Black Pearl's comment was, it happened to a person who was on Biden's, in Biden's cabinet, and he wasn't a cabinet member. He was like an associate or he was an associate to a cabinet member. But anyway, there are people out there that think like that. There are people out there that think that way. Yeah,
but
but one thing I like to say, one thing that Trump did, he gave a voice to the people who were that were shunned in our society, the racists, the white supremacists, the people who just they lived on the outskirts of society. He gave them a voice, and that voice is very dangerous. That voice that he gave takes lives. That voice that says it's okay to go into a church and shoot a bunch of people. That voice that says it's okay to mass as a mob and go kill people. He gave a voice to them people, and the ramifications for their actions are not harsh enough in my eyes. Not only should you be in prison, but once your prison term is over, you should be removed from this country because you perform a treasonous act against this country, especially those January 6th individuals. If you're found guilty, not only should you serve time, but you should be removed from this country because you performed a treasonous act. That's constitutional. Now I know you like to throw those.
But now the party in charge of the Congress has watered it down. They say it wasn't an insurrection. It was a
exactly.
Well, so I mean, so yeah. So
I called myself. I had to catch myself there. I got a little passionate. I did a doc. I got a little passionate. I didn't get angry. Angry black
just
man.
Passionate.
So we are at the hour. And our topic was picking your poison in regards to how our candidates and the election is going. So the question was, are you prepared for the outcome? So can we leave final thoughts with answering that question? Are we prepared for the outcome after looking at the climate of where this election is going?
Okay. All right. Who wants to go first? Go ahead, Baylor. What you think, man? I know you be writing these things out, man, and
So there are two different. No matter what outcome, there's going to be two different scenarios. I'm prepared regardless. I'm going to vote. I've always voted. I'm going to vote. Who I choose. Whether it be old or old. It doesn't matter. I'm going to vote. Just who I am. But that's one outcome. The other outcome is how society responds. We are teetering on the edge of something very violent. The people who he gave a voice to are now massing to do. They're in mass to do stupid stuff. You see it all the time. Just here in Nashville, you've seen neo-Nazis walking through downtown. That voice,
man, you letting them walk around like that, man. Y'all, wow. Yeah. Man, y'all.
Those individuals now got, they got the bravado to be able to show themselves in public light, where in the past they were hidden. Am I prepared? For what the outcome? Yeah. Am I prepared for the second outcome? I am. I don't want it. I don't want.
You got no white folding chairs in Nashville?
I don't think it's gonna be white folding chairs, but I don't want what I fear can happen.
I feel you.
And I'll leave it at that.
I feel you. Dr. Roy Rain, what's your final thoughts on it? Are you prepared?
So my final thought piggybacking off of Balo, I share the same sentiment. Yes, I'm prepared, and no, I don't want it. What was said earlier in regards to us having a voice, I would like to say that our forefathers who fought for our civil rights during the 50s and 60s did so that we, as a people of color, can have a voice. And now that we have a voice or the ability for our voice to be heard, we need to ensure that we execute our voice so that it is heard resoundingly to all that need to hear, and understand that by having and using our voice, we have power. That's my final thought.
I saw a little mic fall. I don't know if y'all saw that. For me, I think I am prepared, but I don't think that's the important part. Our votes are supposed to be building for our future. So even if we're prepared in the right now, I don't think anyone's prepared for the trickle effect that it's going to cause for our future, meaning our children and what's next and things like that. When we think about are we prepared, we're thinking about our isolated experiences, preparation, and just ourselves. Our votes are not about us alone. That's just like a drop in the bigger ripple effect of what our votes affect. It affects the voice, like kind of like what Royal said. Hey, those who came before us had a voice, but their voice wasn't for them. Their voice was for us. We're living in that now. So us being prepared is not the point. It's really not the point. Is our vote going to help the legacy that we want to leave behind for our children? Are we prepared for our legacy to be forfeited because we're not making the proper choices? And the answer to me is still no. We're not prepared for that because we're thinking about right now, my one experience, my one preparation, my preparation for 2024 or 2025. So my answer is we may be prepared for the short term of our vote or lack of vote, but we are not prepared for the forfeiting of our legacy for those who came before us to give us a vote. That's mine.
Okay. All right. Man. All right. All right. So I guess my final thought is, I'll make sure you vote. I know for me, I don't tell other people what to do. I know I make sure that I vote. I think it's important. My thoughts on this election. I think I'm optimistic more than some people are sometimes. I think we're going to be okay. I don't think the apocalypse will come from this election, but I do think the result could lead to trickle effect of things in the future, possibly. So me, I'm going to be okay. I know how to hunt. I know how to fish. I know how to grow shit. And I got a passport.
Grow shit.
So, I'm going to be okay. The economy's doing pretty good. Money's doing decent. So as long as that's going on, I think we'll be okay. Some of the social stuff, we just got to look and see who's pushing it, where their agenda's coming from. Because some of this shit is just fear mongering. And it's to get everybody kind of, as they say, terrified. I don't believe people should be terrified. If anybody's trying to tell you to be terrified, I kind of get a side eye. Where are you coming from with that? Don't be terrified. If anything, if you gotta tell them, excuse my French, tell them kiss your black ass, and you keep pushing. Don't be terrified. Have some courage out here. All right. So that's my final thought. If that makes sense to y'all. All right, but man, do what you're supposed to do, man. And make sure you vote for not the president. The presidency is cool, but one guy will be in there 4 years if he gets in. It's 4 more years either way. Hey, them damn crazy ass Congress people, you in them districts with damn Bobo and damn the crazy ass lady in Georgia and stuff. Man, y'all really need to vote because them the people, they on some other shit. I don't know. Them little MAGA Congress and senators, they wild. So, them the people I don't like. The president, I think the next 4 years is going to be the next 4 years. But
it is what it
is. Them people out there, they weird. I don't know. All right.
Them congressmen though. Oh man.
Yeah. So with that being said, we are past our hour. It's been so fun though. The conversation is so good, man. I like having a conversation where ain't nobody cuss nobody out. Nobody calling me by the name.
No weird comments in the sections. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
And,
that was brand new to me. Never.
The what now?
That was brand new to me. The comment that was thrown towards Doc.
What Ryo told him earlier before we left.
Oh no, we ain't getting to that.
That was new to me.
So hey, so look, man. Hey, and next time, man. Hey, I threw the offer the jump on. I threw the link in. Hey, man, feel free to jump in if you got something to say. We'll talk to you. It's all love here, man. An experience. All right. So make sure, guys. Make sure if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. When you're watching, hit the like button. It helps us out. Help us out. Give us the HBO special. Help us run the outs. All right. It's all good. All right. So everybody feeling good?
Absolutely.
All right. So you've been part of the experience where the experience is always good. We look forward to seeing you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.